I made a video entitled Take God Out of Everything, and to my faithful few, you left your comments, and then I had some evolutionist people that want to debate me on the technicalities of the verbiage that I use. And okay, fine. If you want to talk verbiage, talk verbiage. Still doesn't take away from the fact that God's real. Open your brain cells for just a minute and think about this for a minute, okay? I was given the example that we live in the real world. And in the real world, ants help ants to make the colony survive and thrive. And monkeys, because we're monkeys don't have God, they have morals. They help each other and help to thrive and survive. Okay. So all of nature helps each other thrive and survive and this kind of thing. Okay. Well, let's stop and evaluate that for a minute. Alright? I bought this rope. Got it on sale. It's 100 feet of rope. The average DNA of a virus, according to a couple of sites that I found that talk about DNA for virus, I found one that they're actually making smiley faces out of DNA. And I guess if you're a scientist and you're on a government grant, that's a really noble thing to do with taxpayer money, is to make smiley faces out of DNA. But that's a whole nother issue. Let's evaluate 7,000 letters in a strand of DNA in a virus. What is DNA? You got A and you got T. You got adenine and triphosphate or whatever it is. There's 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe, yeah, I think there's 4 of them. And they each come together and they rip apart and they produce RNA, which does stuff, which is really cool. Okay? What's the DNA? What is it? It's protein. Can you make protein? Sure, you can make protein. But can you take 7,000 proteins and put them together in such a way that they make something? We all are familiar with computers because we're looking at a computer to watch this video. What's the underlying thing that a computer has? That every computer on the face of the planet, known to all mankind, has. A binary language. Zeros and ones. It's only got 2. 2 letters, that's it. Not 4 letters. And it's got a whole boatload of zeros and ones to make your computer do what you want it to do. Hopefully, if you have all the zeros and the ones lined up in the correct order. Your computer didn't happen by random chance. Somebody engineered it. Can you say that 7,000 letters, 7,000 proteins happen to form together to make something? To make the DNA of a virus? Okay, let's just say that kicks and giggles. Let's just say that happened purely by chance. Think about this for a minute. When you were conceived in your mother's womb, because I'm assuming that all of you were conceived naturally by natural methods that God put in place, you started off with an X and a Y, or an X and an X chromosome. That comes from DNA. Okay? The DNA in your entire body is the same. There are switches in your DNA that cause the DNA to form exactly at the correct time, to split at exactly the correct time, to produce a hair, to produce skin, to produce fingernails, to produce your eyeball. There are switches that turn it on and turn it off. That's why we age, because that switch has been turned off. That don't happen by chance, guys. Okay? So let's go back to your ant and monkey idea. The ants and monkeys are exactly operating underneath the program that they were designed with. They are operating because they are a computer-generated design that God put in place, and they're doing what they were programmed to do. We are computer-designed programs just the same. The difference is that we have a soul. We have a spirit. That's what the Ho Dog and Pony Show is, guys. Right there. The body that you're sitting in right now, that's the movie The Matrix. You are a, how does it say it? You are a digital representation, or a digital projection of your digital self. Something like that. So you can give me that ants help each other, monkeys help each other. Ain't nobody, not one person, ever offered to come out and cut my grass. Ain't nobody ever offered to come out and help me tend the garden, take care of the chickens, feed and water livestock, shoot skunks, run off armadillos. I don't see none of you guys coming over to my place and helping me do any of these things, because I have a soul and I have free will. I determine that I need to do these things, so I do them. Monkeys, apes, they're programmed to look for food, to copulate, to reproduce. We have choices. We can choose to do things. So when you get all the way down to the DNA level, you get that many letters. If you want to boil it down just to that simple, it's a binary program. And where human beings are concerned, we're not monkeys. We simply had the same designer as monkeys. And the difference is that we have a soul and we have free choice. And God, Jesus, is the designer. And you can brush aside and justify and reason away everything that you want to justify and reason, etc., etc. But that's the short answer. It's a binary code. And monkeys and ants and bees and everything else does what it does because it's programmed to do that. And that's the long and short of it, guys. Whether you want to accept it or not, we got a creator. And he is getting real close to the day of his reckoning. And he is who we answer to with the choices that we've made with our free will. How we get along in society, those kind of things, are determined by our free will. We don't operate out of ignorance. We operate out of choices that we get to make because we do have the free will. So, think about that. Think about it long and hard, because you will be held accountable to the decisions that you make.